Jack, I think I'm in trouble.
What kind of trouble? Should I start the car? Is Melody coming with us? I have a few $1,000s in my savings account. We can get by using that for a while. We'll figure something out after that runs out.
Whoa, slow down. It's nothing that serious. It's about Melody.
Is she the one in trouble? I'll do everything in my power to help her out. You know, she's like a sister to me.
Wouldn't that make her my sister? I appreciate the sentiment, but you should really work on your analogies.
Sure, if you say so. So what's going on?
I'm not quite sure myself. She's been acting really strange lately. I can't make sense of her actions.
She seemed fine to me the last time I came over for dinner. What could have changed in 2 weeks' time?
Well, it all started when she bought this weird antique jewelry chest.
A jewelry chest? As in a storage box?
No, that's the thing. It's not just an ordinary storage box. It's a small jewelry chest that she opens with a key.
Okay, and that's really not that strange.
But she doesn't keep jewelry in there. Or at least, that's what I'm assuming. None of her jewelry's left its place.
You keep track of her jewelry?
I see it every morning. She keeps it on her vanity table. There are a few rings, a necklace, and a few pairs of earrings. It's not difficult to notice.
Okay, so what if she doesn't keep her jewelry in her jewelry box? You said so yourself, it's an antique. She probably doesn't want to damage it by using it too much.
I would completely understand that, but I swear that's not the case. She asked me to never even attempt to open it when she's gone, not even to take a peek inside. I would also get that. She's the one who bought it. I respect her wishes. But, and this is the most bizarre part of this whole thing, every night when she thinks I've fallen asleep, she gets up, opens the chest, takes something out of it, and starts crying silently.
All right, I agree. That is kind of strange. Have you asked her about it?
I have, but every time I do that, she gets very defensive and says she doesn't remember doing that. At first, I thought she could have been sleepwalking, so I tried talking to her when she unlocked the chest, but she quickly locked the chest and went back to sleep. We've been living together for 3 years now, and she's never done anything like this before.
What do you think she keeps hidden in there?
Letters. I caught a glimpse of what she was holding, and I'm pretty sure it was a letter. I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but I'm starting to get worried.
Do you seriously believe she'd ever cheat on you? Is that what you're insinuating? I don't think she'd cheat on you using love letters. I mean, come on, it's the 21st century, for God's sake. You just need to trust her more.
I'm not saying that she's cheating on me. I'm just worried that she may be in trouble. I don't understand why she doesn't feel like confiding in me.
Well, you already tried asking her directly. How about you just open that box?
I can't do that.
Why not?
Well, she asked me specifically not to look. I promised her I wouldn't. I have to honor my word.
In that case, should I be the one to open it? I can come over when she's at work. That way you won't break your word.
I don't think that's any better. Maybe I should try talking to her again.
What makes you think it'll work this time?
I don't see another way.
All right, suit yourself.
Jack, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. It's only been getting worse and worse.
Is this about Melody's jewelry chest again?
Yes. She started sneaking glances at it throughout the day. Now I hear suppressed laughter at night instead of crying. She spends more and more time at work. I don't know what to make of any of this.
Have you tried talking to her again?
I have, but she keeps telling me not to worry about it and changes the topic.
Have you tried opening the chest?
No, I haven't.
Where does she keep the key?
She leaves the key in the lock after locking it.
So all you have to do is turn it a few times? Maybe you should really just open it and take a quick peek. You can put it back the way it was and she'll never know.
I can't do that. She's deliberately keeping the key in there to show me that she trusts me not to open it.
What are you going to do then? Are you just going to keep quiet and ignore her eccentric behavior?
I guess so. At least she's not crying anymore. Whatever she's been dealing with, it must have gotten better.
I don't get it. Why do you keep texting me and then completely disregarding my advice?
I'm sorry. I guess I'm only trying to vent. It's frustrating not knowing what's going on.
Do you know what's really frustrating? Seeing you ignore the obvious solution.
Well, I am sorry you feel that way.
You should be. Hey, Alan, are you still at work?
Yes, why?
I'm at your place.
I didn't know you were planning on visiting us.
I wanted to surprise you. Though I figured you'd be back by now.
I finished work in a few hours. Have you already forgotten your brother's schedule? I know we haven't been seeing each other all that often ever since you moved out of state, but that's still a little disheartening.
Well, I know something that's sure to lift your spirits. But first, tell me, how's Melody been doing? Has she gone back to acting like her usual self?
No, unfortunately not.
Well, then you're going to love this news. I opened the chest.
What? But I asked you not to do that. Why did you go behind my back?
I know you're angry. I get it, but hear me out. I found something really interesting inside the chest.
I don't want to know.
Not even if it meant you could save your girlfriend from a dangerous situation?
What have you found?
I couldn't see any love letters inside, that's for sure. Just a small piece of paper with a random address and a date scribbled hastily on it.
And how does that mean Melody's in danger?
Isn't it obvious? She's meeting up with someone at night in some remote place in the woods. If that doesn't scream danger to you, I don't know what will.
Okay, well, you didn't specify the details. Should we just call 911?
I know I was the one saying this was dangerous, but we shouldn't make rash decisions. For all we know, she could be meeting up with her friends or family members.
But now that I know where she's going, I can't help but feel worried. What if she really is in danger? And I've been idling this whole time. I should have acted sooner.
This note still doesn't prove anything. We should refrain from making a hasty judgment. We could be panicking for no reason. Why don't you ask her about this? I'm sure she'll explain everything.
And what do I tell her? That my brother broke into our apartment and opened the chest without permission? She'd be furious.
Well, you don't know that. Just try talking it out first.
I guess you're right. I should at least give her a chance to explain herself.
Exactly. You get it.
Hey, honey, do you have a moment to talk?
Sure, what is it? Is everything all right? Please tell me if anything's been bothering you lately.
What could have possibly been bothering me?
I'm not sure. I'm just a little worried about you, that's all. Are you sure you're all right? I know we've been having some confusing conversations recently.
Yes, I'm certain. What about you? Is everything all right with you?
Yes, of course. I've been struggling with a project, but I asked a coworker for help, and now I feel like a huge weight's been lifted off my shoulders.
I'm glad you have such helpful coworkers.
So am I. He's really been a godsend. Oh, but the thing is, I'll probably have to work late today. You don't mind that, right?
I don't. But we were planning on going out for dinner tonight, and you could always take care of extra work tomorrow.
I need to do this tonight. I'm so sorry. I feel really awful about this. I'll make it up to you another time, I promise.
So you'll be at the office all night?
Well, not all night, but most of it, yes.
All right.
You can still come over during my lunch break if you'd like. I miss you very much.
I'd love to do that.
Great! I can't wait to see you.
Me neither. Until then, take care of yourself, okay?
Okay, I'll do that. I love you.
Love you too. I think she's really going to meet up with someone. It might just be her coworker, though.
Her coworker? Where'd you get that information?
She told me herself he's helping her out with her project. At least he's not a complete stranger.
I see, but what if that was a lie, too? What if she made that story up?
Do you think so? But why'd she do that? Do you think she might be in danger after all?
There's only one way you can find out the truth. You need to drive there yourself and check.
You can't seriously expect me to drive there all alone.
How am I supposed to fight off potential threats? I don't see why you'd have issues doing that. I mean, Melody's doing it. I'd love to go there with you, but I can't get there in time.
She clearly has an appointment. I don't. I could be jeopardizing both of our lives by showing up uninvited. Perhaps it's better if I ask her about it after she returns home.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. It's not like I'm saying you should jump into action. It could just be a harmless meetup. You can park nearby and see if there's something suspicious going on. If you find the situation dangerous, you can dial 911 and let them handle it.
I suppose I could do that.
Of course you could. Do it for Melody's sake.
All right, I'll do it. But I'm going to be on the phone with you the whole time, just in case.
Oh, no, sorry, I can't do that. You know Claire's a light sleeper. It'd be insensitive of me to talk on the phone right next to her, and I can't really leave the apartment at night.
Okay, then how about I text you throughout the night? Would that work for you?
Sure, texting's fine.
I'll get going then.
All right. Be careful.
Sure. I'm at the address. I can see her car parked outside. She must have gotten here early.
What's the place like?
I can't really make it out in the dark. I think it's just a small cottage. I don't see Melody anywhere.
She might be inside the cottage. Are the lights on inside?
No, it's pitch black. Her car is the only one parked outside. Maybe she came here alone to relax and unwind.
Well, you're only looking at the entrance. There could be another one parked at the back.
Should I circle it, or would that make my presence too obvious?
It'd be too obvious. Do you hear any noise at all coming from the cottage?
No, nothing. Then again, I am pretty far away and I am in the car, so...
Maybe you should try calling Melody again.
You could hear the sound of her ringtone. I really don't like this. I feel like a stalker. I should have just asked her up front.
She could have easily lied to you. This way, at least you'll know she lied about staying at the office.
I see your point, but even if I did call her, I doubt I'd hear her ringtone. And the cottage is pretty far away, and she usually keeps her phone on silent anyway.
On silent? Really? Okay, now that's weird.
Jack, please, this is a serious matter. I'm going to text her and see where she is.
All right, do that. Let me know what she says, okay? I want to make sure everything's all right.
Sure. Melody, are you still at the office?
No, sorry, I'm not.
Could you tell me where you are?
I think you already know the answer to that question. I can see your car.
All right, then let me ask you this. Why would you drive all the way here at night?
I wanted to visit this cottage.
Melody... Jack opened the chest. He saw the note with the address. What's the meaning of all this? What's going on? I've been racking my brain, but I can't seem to understand what makes you act this way.
Well, you were supposed to find out a lot sooner. But for some reason, it's been almost a month already.
I don't understand what you mean.
You really have the patience of a saint, Alan. You were supposed to open that chest in a day or two, max. But you kept stubbornly refusing.
You asked me not to open it.
I know. I was trying to surprise you. I did everything I could to tempt you to open it, but you never gave in. That's why we had to take drastic measures.
We?
Jack and I. He's the co-worker who's been helping me out with the project I've been struggling with. He had to take matters into his hands and unlock the chest himself.
So this whole time he's been in on this?
Yes, I'm sorry. Maybe I should have told you the truth sooner, but then it'd feel like all this was for nothing.
I still don't understand why you did this. Were you just trying to play a joke on me? Did it get out of hand?
No, of course not. I just wanted to organize a fun, surprise proposal.
A what?
A proposal! You were supposed to open the chest, find the address, drive here at the time specified on the note, and be met with our close friends and family in the beautifully decorated cottage. Then I'd enter and propose. It seemed fun and exciting in theory, but everything went off the rails pretty quickly. I should have just stopped. I am so sorry.
So what you're saying is, our friends and family members are currently in that cottage?
Yes. Wait, let me turn on the lights. Do you see them inside now?
I do.
I asked them to park by the back entrance. Jack was supposed to keep you busy until we finished setting up.
I see.
I get it. If you're angry, I do. You don't have to come in. You can drive away and break up with me if you'd like. I understand. Nobody's going to blame you. I'll tell everyone it was all my fault. I promise.
I can't do that.
Right, of course. This was a foolish idea. I should have stopped sooner. I'm so sorry. I'll drive back home and start packing my things.
No, Melody, that's not what I meant. I can't drive away and break up with you. I can't do that. I love you.
Despite all I've done?
I admit this past month's been a lot, but I can see that it was coming from a good place. I appreciate you putting so much time and effort into planning the proposal. Had it gone according to the plan, I'm sure I'd have loved it.
Do you really mean that?
Of course.
Well, then I admire your patience and your insistence on respecting my wishes. I was being far too selfish. I don't even know why I kept going with this. Can you ever forgive me?
I'm sure I can do that. I'm just glad that you're not in danger.
But I'm guessing you won't be accepting my proposal tonight.
I don't think I want the memory of our engagement to be tied to this day. Let's do it another time in the future. I can join you for the party, but that's about all I can do for now.
Right, of course, I get it.
I'm sorry all your hard work had to go to waste.
Oh, please, don't apologize. I just want to forget I ever thought this would be a good idea. I feel awful.
It's okay. It could have been worse, right?
Well, that's one way of looking at it.
What can I say? I am a hopeless optimist.
Are you really?
Well, yes. Deep down in my heart, I really am.
I love that. I love everything about you. I'm so happy you aren't giving up on me.
No, of course not. I'm ready to work through these things together. Although, if we're going to get married, we definitely need to work on improving our communication skills.
Of course! I promise, no more secrets and no more surprises.
Well, maybe a bit more surprises.
As you wish. I'll do everything in my power to make up for this. I'll start with this.
Are you holding a gift? I can't quite see from here.
Well, then you should come over here. We can at least enjoy the food and drinks together. I'll give you your engagement gift despite the fact that you rejected my proposal.
All right, thank you. I'll be right there. We had a great time with our friends and family. Nobody even mentioned an engagement. Melody acknowledged her mistakes, and we both worked very hard to mend our relationship. We made sure to communicate our thoughts and feelings clearly, and we strictly forbade surprises that take more than a day to take effect. I also had a chat with my brother. He apologized profusely. 3 years after that day, Melody and I got engaged for real. This time, the proposal was much more down to earth and much less exciting. Everything was perfect.
Mom, did you stuff vacation pamphlets into our mailbox again? I don't see any reason for you to be upset, dear. I simply thought that they would come in handy while you two plan your honeymoon, that's all. You completely filled our mailbox with them. Please stop doing that. The mailman constantly has to ring our doorbell to give us our mail because he can't fit it in the mailbox. I'd rather you stop giving us those pamphlets altogether, but could you at least just set them on the front doorstep instead? I was only trying to be helpful. Regardless of your intentions, it's getting out of hand. Am I clear? Don't put them in our mailbox anymore. That reminds me, have you decided on a destination for your honeymoon yet? We're still thinking about it. Why do you ask? What? You mean you haven't decided yet? But it's been 6 months since your wedding. Yeah, well, Sam and I are both busy with work, and our schedules are pretty hard to coordinate, so... Oh, and that wedding. Even after I went to the trouble of planning a beautiful wedding for the two of you from top to bottom, you didn't use any of my ideas. I was so shocked. Weddings are for the bride and groom, Mom, not their parents. We planned our wedding the way we wanted. That's normal. Not to mention the wedding you planned was unbelievably extravagant. A $30,000 dress? $500 per plate at the reception? Who do you think we are, the Kardashians? You could have taken out a loan. Plenty of couples do that these days. I am not going to spend so much on a wedding that we're never going to be able to afford to buy a house, Mom. Look, we've been through all of this before, and I'm tired of having this conversation. I need to get back to work now. Since you were insensitive enough to disregard my wedding plans, I expect you to at least take my honeymoon plan into account, understand? My travel sense is impeccable. A vacation planned by me is worth more than money. This is our honeymoon, so we will plan it in the way we want to. End of discussion. Nonsense! You said yourself that you haven't decided on anything yet. It's clearly far too much for you to handle by yourselves. Listen, dear. A honeymoon is an important step for a new couple. It sets the mood for the rest of your marriage, creates memories that will last a lifetime. But you still haven't even decided on a location, much less transportation and lodging. Is this how you want your marriage to start? With indecision and procrastination? We're starting our marriage with thoughtful planning and deep discussion between the two of us, but thanks for your concern. We'll take a look at the pamphlets you gave us, okay? Is that enough to satisfy you? We'll see. Let me know when you've finalized your plans. I'll let you know whether or not they're up to snuff. Frankly, I'm not interested in your opinion. Excuse me? Like I said, I need to get back to work. Goodbye.
Hey, Sally. I just made it to the hotel fine and got checked in.
Thanks for letting me know, Sam. I hope you enjoy your business trip. I'll do my best. Travel's nice, but when it's for business, meh. By the way, I just realized that my mom sent me a text. She said you complained about her stuffing our mailbox with a bunch of travel pamphlets again.
Don't tell me she was getting on your case about our honeymoon again.
Yeah, she was. She took it to a new level this time, too. It looked like that mailbox was about to burst at the seams from all those pamphlets.
Unreal. I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
I took a look at them, thinking maybe there might be a chance that one of them might be interesting, but they're all guided tours with a private guide who goes with us everywhere. Why would we want a third wheel on our honeymoon?
That reminds me. My dad told me before that my mum had booked that exact same kind of tour for their honeymoon. Dad said it completely destroyed the mood. The two of them never had any privacy at all, with the guide constantly with them, at restaurants, parks, stores, etc. But it sounded like Mum enjoyed it, at least.
You think that's why she's pushing it on us? Because she had such a good time with it?
Yeah, probably. For her part, it's not like we've told her what sort of honeymoon we had in mind. But then again, even if we did tell her, I'm sure she had just managed to find a way to barge in on us. So it's probably best we just keep her completely in the dark.
It's crazy that you're so comfortable talking about your own mother like that.
Hey, it's the truth. Just the way my mum is. The way she's always been. Once she gets an idea in her head about something, she has to inject herself into it, even if it has absolutely nothing to do with her. That's why I never told her about, well, you know what.
Ah, that. Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't spill the beans to her about that. But are you sure you're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm sure. I talked to my dad, who knows all about it, and he gave me his blessing to keep it between us, so yeah. Let's just continue to do that.
Okay, well, as long as you're okay with it. Hello there, Sally. Today's the big day, isn't it? I bet you're so excited. I know I am. Huh? What should I be excited about? Oh, come now, dear. Are you still going to keep the act up? I know you were trying your best to keep me out of the loop, but you've underestimated me. I know everything. Mom, I seriously have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, well, you can go ahead and be that way. It doesn't change the fact that I know everything. Could you please stop talking like that and just tell me what you think it is I should be excited about? I'll see you soon! Sally, where are you? You need to come and pick me up from the airport. I'm waiting! What? What do you mean, the airport? Where are you? Okinawa! Where else? Okinawa? You mean in Japan? Which hotel will we be staying at? I hope you picked the one I recommended. The buffet breakfast looked phenomenal. You're not making any sense. Come on, Sally. I just arrived in Okinawa, so tell me where the hotel is. Seriously now, dear, get with the picture. Exactly what picture am I supposed to get with, Mom? Why are you in Okinawa? And why are you suddenly expecting me to come to pick you up from the airport and take you to a hotel? Did I miss something? I don't remember you ever talking about a vacation to Japan. My goodness, Sally, you never give up. I know your honeymoon in Okinawa starts today. What? I heard Sam talking to his father about going to the Blue Cave on your honeymoon. When I looked it up on the internet, I figured out that you were going to the Blue Cave in Okinawa, Japan. After that, I looked at their texts on his cell phone and figured out all the dates and times for your flights. I'm a real Sherlock Holmes, aren't I?
Did you really go through your husband's phone without his permission?
We've been married for 40 years, dear, so what if I did? But enough about that. Let's talk about our plans. So we're going snorkeling in the Blue Cave, then? Ugh, you really have terrible taste. I made a deliberate effort to remove any tours with snorkeling from the pamphlets I gave you, but you went and signed up for it anyway. I thought you had learned your lesson about listening to my recommendations after that disaster of a wedding you planned by yourselves. It's clear you need the help of a travel expert. That's why I decided that I would tag along with you on your honeymoon to help you enjoy yourselves on your trip to Okinawa. And as your official guide, I hereby declare that your silly little snorkeling thing is cancelled. Mom. But we can talk more about that later. Hurry up and come pick me up from the airport.
Mom, we're in Hokkaido right now.
What? Why?
I guess maybe you're not familiar with Japanese geography, but there's more than one place called Blue Cave in Japan. There's one in Okinawa, yeah, but there's also one in Hokkaido, too.
There is? Hokkaido? Isn't that far to the north? You're going snorkeling in that freezing cold water?
No, we're on a cruise.
A cruise?
Sam and I actually already went to the Blue Cave in Okinawa with a group of our friends back when we were in college. We loved Japan so much that we figured we'd go again for our honeymoon. And when we learned there was another Blue Cave, we figured we'd go there.
So, you're in Hokkaido?
Yep.
And not in Okinawa?
Nope.
I don't believe this. Now I'm going to have to get a ticket to Hokkaido.
No, Mom. We'll already have moved on to a different location by the time you get here, so don't waste your time or money.
What?
Hokkaido is a pretty big place, actually, and we're on an extended tour taking us around most of the island, making brief stops at major tourism spots.
Just brief stops? That won't be any fun.
But we're enjoying ourselves plenty, thank you. But the best part is yet to come. We're going on a train tour that circles the island so we can see all the scenery from the train window.
You what? How could just riding a train be fun? You can ride a train at home.
Meh, to each their own. Everyone has their own tastes, different things they enjoy. We don't like the same things you like, Mom, that's all.
Sally, dear, how dare you? I offered to plan your honeymoon for you out of the kindness of my heart, and this is how you repay me?
As long as we're on the subject, Sam has something he'd like to talk to you about, so I'll hand the conversation over to him now.
Sam? But why?
Mum?
Yes, Sam?
I thought you should know that we moved.
You moved?
After our honeymoon is over, we're going to go straight to our new house.
How could you? You've got some nerve dropping something like this on me so suddenly. How many times do I have to tell you? You must consult with me before making major decisions like that. Oh, unbelievable. You always did love causing me trouble, however. I am still your mother, and I must fulfill my motherly duties. Don't worry, I'll come over to your new house to properly arrange your furniture and that sort of thing. What's the address of your new house?
I'm not telling you.
You're not telling me?
And by the way, even if you somehow manage to figure out where our new house is, you're not welcome. So don't even think about coming.
What? What? But why? You need me to fix your house for you, don't you?
No, I don't.
Don't be ridiculous.
I don't need you forcing your opinions on me in every aspect of my life, Mum. Didn't Sally just tell you? Everyone has different tastes. We don't like the same things you like.
I was just trying to be helpful.
Being helpful would be offering a recommendation when we ask for one, and I wouldn't have any problem with that. But if we don't do everything exactly the way you want us to, down to a T, then you go completely hysterical. Haven't you noticed that all your friends have abandoned you one by one? Do you hang out with anyone other than Dad?
That's nonsense. They haven't abandoned me.
Oh, for the love... Don't tell me you didn't even notice. Surely you can't be that oblivious. Do you have any idea the damage you've caused other people with your behaviour? Don't you remember what happened with Cynthia a few years ago? She almost got divorced because of you.
What are you talking about?
Good grief. I don't believe you. The rumour about her having an affair? You heard one woman say she thought she saw Cynthia meeting with another man at a restaurant, and you took the liberty of telling her husband that she was cheating on him.
What was I supposed to do? Let him be cuckolded?
How about that time with my friend from high school? We went to the bowling alley after school one time, and so we smelled like smoke, because, well, it was a bowling alley. And what did you do? You went over to his parents' house and lectured them for an hour about how they needed to teach him that smoking was bad for your health.
Oh, now you expect me to let a young boy die of lung cancer, do you?
And that's just the beginning. There's way more instances than that. Do you have any idea how many friends I lost because of you?
Imagine how many you'd lose to cancer if their parents let them smoke.
I'm not even as concerned about myself as I am about Dad. He constantly has to clean up after your messes.
Ha! That man couldn't even clean a living room without me.
Every single time you make a fool of yourself and cause massive problems for people, who's the one that has to go and apologize and beg them not to sue you for harassment? Dad. I would know. Ever since I became an adult, I've been going with him for those apologies. I'm sick of it, and I'm sick of you.
Sam, you can't talk to me like that. Everything I've ever done has been to help you, to help the people around me. I was just being a good neighbor and friend.
You have a bizarre understanding of what help means, Mum. You've done nothing but cause chaos for me and everyone else in your life.
You ungrateful little brat.
This conversation is over. You're not welcome to come to our new house. Even if you should show up on our doorstep, we will not open the door, we will not let you in. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't even want any sort of contact from you at all.
You can't do this.
I can, and I will.
Ugh, you obstinate child. Anyway, now that I know you're in Hokkaido, I'll do you the favor of looking up some proper tourism destinations.
Even after all that, you're still not listening.
No, you're the one who's not listening to my advice.
Ugh, I'm so sick of this. Just don't bother us on our honeymoon. Got it? Go home. Now. Goodbye.
My mother-in-law took a flight home the next day. However, when she arrived home, she walked inside to find a stack of divorce papers sitting on the kitchen table. I had heard that her husband was considering divorcing her, and I guess he saw this as the perfect timing to finally do it. He never contacted her again, and had a lawyer handle all the divorce proceedings. He's now living on his own in a nice apartment near our new house. I've got to say, he seems to be doing better than I've ever seen him before now. He looks like someone who's just had a good stretch after a long nap. It's like he's a brand new man. As for my mother-in-law, she moved in with her younger brother and his wife for a while. But before long, she started to give her particular brand of advice to her brother's wife, which was, obviously, not received very well by either her brother or his wife. He was, to put it simply, furious. He kicked her out of his house not but a month after she moved in. The last I heard, she was living alone, very alone, in a small apartment in the city's outskirts.